Welcome to the Aussie Grappling Girls podcast,
where we talk all things female jiu-jitsu.
I'm Jo.
And I'm Hannah.
And together, we're Johanna. So I reckon for the next couple of months, I'm probably not going to compete for a while.
Yeah.
Because my body just hurts.
And I think we did a lot, because I haven't even been bothered to compete. I don't know if your drive to compete is there either.
Yeah.
Do you find that you're a little bit disappointed with coming purple and then having expectations and them not met necessarily?
I didn't really have much expectations. I knew that it would, competition-wise, it would be, pretty crap in Western Australia anyway. But, I feel bad, the idea of not competing for a few months in case there is a purple that wants to jump in and they don't have a matchup. But, I might jump in if that's the case. And, say they put out a call for a purple. But, yeah, I knew that there wasn't going to be much to play with it. But, I'm still happy to go with the blue belts and that sort of thing if necessary. But it's just more, at the moment I just feel like my body needs a rest and needs to sort of get better, because I just keep getting hurt back to back. My injuries just keep sort of cropping up, or the same ones keep recurring. And you just can't
heal yourself if you put too much pressure on yourself to get better. It just doesn't seem to. Yeah. I don't know. You just feel like a little old lady.
Yeah. Not that I'm not getting hurt at competitions. None of the competitions I've done recently have hurt me, but it's more just in general with training and stuff, I need to just train a bit lighter and a bit smarter, I think. And I'm just gonna look at improving some really specific areas. I need to be a bit more picky with my rolls at the moment, because I'm just getting hurt a lot.
Yep.
And it just sort of really pisses me off. So I just reckon I just need to rest a little bit and I don't know.
And like I was saying,
I need to stretch
before about just combating technique. You think you should be better, and your body is not necessarily failing you, but your mind isn't connected to your body, so you're not necessarily being able to pass as strong as you should be able to, or the way you feel like you should be able to pass.
Yeah.
And for me personally, that's what's been happening, is I feel overwhelmed is a really good way to describe it.
Yeah.
Especially with the higher belts, because I don't know if it's that I'm getting better, so they have to amp up that little bit more.
Yeah.
Where I get so confused and I don't know where to go, and I stop because I'm not thinking. And I think because I stop, because I know it's a trap or I know it's going to end badly, where before I may not have been as aware of something, but I go to move and they counter me instantly, and I stop what I'm doing because I'm like, that's going to put me in trouble.
Yeah.
And so I think it's that mentality that I'm starting to recognize when I'm going in a bad spot, and you're just like, but I should. I can do this better.
I suppose in those scenarios, you, before you knew it was a trap, but you're like, I'm going to do it anyway. And you still go and you get caught up and you're like, oh, that was shit. But now it's sort of you know it's a trap, so you stop, but you're not to the point where you actually have that immediate answer either. Yeah. So you're sort of in
it's
this
another pathway.
Weird, you're in this really weird void.
You have to unlock the door before you go through rather than just go through.
Kick it down. Yeah.
I feel horrible because it doesn't feel like a flowy roll to me then.
Yeah.
Because I'm questioning everything I do, and I like to flow, and I like to enjoy the whole roll.
Yeah.
But when I'm doing that, I think it must suck to roll me because of that. That's what I'm doing.
Yeah. I feel really weird at the moment with my rolling, in that a lot of the people that I'm rolling I can't flow with either, but not because I don't want to, but it's more that the pressure is on me so much in the rolls. Everyone I'm rolling is going their best, or at least within their top, that 80 to 100% range quite a lot. And so if I don't also match that, I end up getting crushed into the dust. Yeah. And so I think that's why I'm also like just getting a bit hurt and a bit exhausted, is because all my roles are really combative.
I remember we had this conversation at the start of the year.
Yeah, and it's happening again. It's back. But, you know, I feel bad as well because I'm having a bit of an identity crisis with my rolling because I have to roll a lot more, like, combative and that really, like, hardcore sort of rolling, which on the one hand, I know that's what's going to get me better, and that's going to, like, in terms of my competition and pushing my level next year and that sort of stuff, like the next year or two into competitions, I need to do that sort of path. Like, I need to be more forceful and like aggressive and assertive with my rolling and less necessarily flow rolling. But at the same time, it's just like kind of having identity crisis with it because I really like flow rolling, and I really like, there's certain people I really love flow rolling with, and yeah, I just feel like I can't do that right now.
I suppose it's just at different stages you need different things. It's like having different friends at different stages of life.
Yeah.
It's just that you're friends with that person for a specific reason, so they fill that void. It's the same with, you just need to choose what you're planning on doing and just be friends with it for a while and then just go back to your true self.
Yeah.
And maybe you turn into a total, like, hard ass and a rolling demon.
I'm sort of like, I don't want to be that person on the mat that's just, like, everyone's scared to roll with because they go 100% all the time. You know, like, there's some people at the gym that you're just like, fuck, man, I just know that if I roll with them, it's going to be a war, and I don't want a war right now.
Yeah.
And so, like, I don't want people to think like that about me, but at the same time, all the rolls that I feel like I'm receiving right now are like that, so I have to match it.
Do I roll like that?
It's getting harder. Not because you're like combative, but you're just your level and you're trying new things and stuff. But like, I have to stay on top of that, otherwise you'll beat my ass. Like, I'm sort of like, I have to stay one step ahead of you and like be more mean just so that you don't beat me.
I was thinking of trying to look at myself from someone else's perspective. I can't see it.
Yeah.
I can't gauge how I roll.
You're pretty scary.
I don't know what it's like. Do I go too hard, or do I have the right pressure in the right moments? And half the time I feel like people have just been patronising and I don't take them seriously.
Yeah.
So it's hard to look at yourself and kind of gauge where you're at, and if you're too hard,
how you come across to the person that you're actually rolling sometimes.
Because I don't find you aggressive at all.
Yeah.
I know mentally that I'm going to be laughing half the time because you're going to do that idiot sweep on me, even though I try my hardest
every time.
It's going to happen, and I still yet have not figured it out. But
it's so good.
I know that you're always that step ahead of me.
Yeah.
So,
like, I always have to make sure that I am, though, because there's been a couple of times when I've, like, sort of dialed it down now, and, like, I can't dial it down too low now because you're just, like, pestilence. Like, you're on me, and you're too, like, it's just too much, and I'm just like, fuck me. So I've got to, like, make sure that I just, like, amp it up that little bit extra so that I don't get absolutely trampled by you. Which is good for you, because, you know, I wouldn't feel bad about it if I were you. Like, that's good. That's a good thing about your rolling, is that you've improved enough now that, like, I can't afford to make stupid mistakes or, like, be lazy with stuff. Like, because before I'd sort of be lazy with stuff and be like, I can get away with this because I just knew that I would. Whereas now I'm sort of just like, I can't do that now. She's going to be all over me for it, so.
That's interesting.
It's cool. It's good. A couple of the girls, like you, Caitlin, Macca, all that, it's like there's so many times now where it's like I can't afford to be lazy with a lot of the stuff I'm doing, because if I do, I just end up getting like smushed or, you know, like absolutely like throttled, and I'm like, whew, poker face joke, pretend like it's okay. Like, we're all cool.
Oh man.
At the end of rolling with you guys, like, you're sort of just like, oh man, like, you seem so sort of put out, and like, I'm just like, you just have no idea behind this poker face I'm dying inside too. I'm just not gonna let on.
I don't see it as a bad
I'm
thing.
such a bitch.
Now I know your secret, just so you know.
I'm secretly dying, and I'm not that much better than you. It just seems like I just have a good poker face. I make it think like I wanted you to be on top of me and me on the bottom. Just, you know, made it feel like that was what I wanted. Just to, and I'm just sort of like, oh. And at the end, I'm like, control your breathing, Joe, so you're not more puffed.
That's funny.
Sometimes I am just lazy though, and I just like, you know.
I think you definitely need to ask the question, I think. Because... And people need to give honest feedback as well.
Yeah, I think people are worried about offending people.
I don't get offended, and you know that. You correct me straight away. I love when you're just like, you just need to do this. Oh,
yeah.
Good.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
And then other people, you can't say that sort of stuff to. It's just, like Jess was saying, you have to beat them with whatever. You're
beat
just
them
like,
with it several times before they're just like, for fuck's sake, what is it?
Actually, on the weekend, because we were talking about underhooks, you know, I was having so much fun with that and realizing some people still don't get their underhook. And it was only because we were talking about it that it came to my attention.
Yeah.
You know how much fun I had running through some people? Because I was getting my underhook and I wasn't leaving until my underhook was there.
Yeah.
Like, if I didn't have it, I backed out.
Yeah.
And then I was getting the pass every single time.
Yeah, it's such a key for passing.
And it was just so helpful to have just that conversation with us, and it just popped up in my head during rolls. It was so fun.
I love having things like that, that you've talked about with someone, and then you're so aware of it in your rolls. Like, for the next week, it's just like, that's all you can think about.
Yeah.
Like, oh, what? What is this?
And another thing that I saw you got out of talking with Jess, she has been where you've been, and the look on your face when you were just like, oh, thank fuck for that. And I think it's something we need to challenge everyone to do, is hit someone up on Facebook or like social media, whatever. Ask them, hit me up, hit Joe up, Jess, anyone that you kind of look at. You probably don't look up to me, but it's just being able to chat to someone and find out where they're at, or have they been in this position. I reckon anyone would be really happy to help you out and to just be like, hey, I've been there.
Yeah.
And give your story.
Yeah.
I have made some of my best friends now via Facebook. We hadn't even met before, but we were just talking over social media and then finally met.
Yeah.
And they're some of my best friends to date because we just started chatting, and it was such a cool thing to do.
Yeah.
And it may seem odd and awkward to start off with, but
you don't want to seem like a weird fangirl or like, I don't know, just that awkward person that's messaging a random. You're like, we've never met before, but I think it's okay if it's like, if it's girls.
Yeah.
It's not as bad as like a guy messaging like you. Like, I've had those BJJ guys that just like, I've never met them before, but they inbox me and just ask me how I'm doing and all that sort of stuff. And I'm like, that's weird. I've never met you. Like, come on.
That's a bit odd.
It is. But, you know, if it's a girl, like, if you're a girl, then, you know, it's not as weird. But, unless you're a dude and you're, like, stipulate very early on that you're like, I really just want to talk about some BJJ stuff.
Yeah.
You know?
Disclaimer.
I'm not going to try and date you or anything. I just want to talk about... Then it's all good. It's all dandy. But yeah.
I think so. I think it's just so helpful. And the more that we've talked to people and hung out with lots of people who are either just hobbyists of jiu-jitsu, world champions, it's actually been so eye-opening to how much stuff you go through.
Yeah.
And they've been there.
Yeah. Yeah, ultimately, as a broad sort of view of it, the journey has is the same for everyone, really. Like, everyone has ups and downs and wins, loses, triumphs, all that sort of stuff. And everyone will have that throughout their whole journey. And it might not be exactly the same, but more or less it's within the ballpark, you know?
And it's just, I suppose, different areas and how they combat different things, the highs and the lows, and how they work around that, or life versus training. Yeah. And getting that balance, and relationship versus training. Because that one, it can be tough too. I mean, I have, like, my husband, he doesn't train, so it took him a while to understand. And for us to get a balance of training and normal life. Yeah. So I think it's all...
I'm so glad I don't have that problem.
But in saying that, for me...
That's a journey in and of itself, though. That's really cool.
I'm independent. Yeah. I actually enjoy having my time. Yeah, your thing. My thing. Your hobby. That's me, 100%. Yeah. I don't feel like I need to share it, or...
It's kind of... There's something cool about not having to share it as well. It's like when you've got siblings and, like, when you're growing up, you all have to do the same sort of thing. But, like, when you grow up and you get into your teens and stuff, you find out you have different interests and you're like, yes, I don't have to do exactly what my siblings are doing. Like, fuck you, man. I'm sick of always having to do the same, you know?
I had two... My sisters are quite a lot older than me. Never had that problem. So...
Well... I have 5 siblings before me. And
really?
Yeah.
I always forget that you have a big family.
I know.
I only ever see you and your sister.
Yeah.
Ever. Okay. And none of your other
4
siblings.
4 other brothers, you know. To be fair, they're, you know, all over the place. They're a bit scattered, but, you know. And I am the youngest. It's not like, you know.
The most awesome.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm the youngest too.
Exactly. I sometimes wonder if it's like, I'm like, wouldn't it be cool if, like, one of my siblings had done jiu-jitsu? And I'm like, nah, fuck them, this is my identity. Fuck you guys. You've got your, like, fucking... My brother's, like, viticulturist, like, he's a winemaker, and then one of them's, like, overseas doing his thing, and my sister's a teacher and all that. I'm like, fuck you guys, you found your identity. This is mine. Don't steal this from me.
But then on the other hand, when you go to family events, and you struggle to talk to anyone.
Oh, man.
Like,
I know. I feel like such a black sheep sometimes. And then people ask you about it. They're like, how's your karate? And you're like...
I'll smack you.
Yeah.
And everyone thinks you're hell aggressive because you do a fighting sport. And you're like, actually, it's not like that.
No.
It's a gentle art. Until you piss me off.
Yeah.
Then I'm going to chin pick you and fuck you
up.
You're
like, oh, so you could, like, beat me up. I'm like, fucking damn right.
I could.
Yeah, I could, but I choose not to. Okay, so, lucky.
I'd just like you to know that. I could make you go to sleep.
Actually, when I was in I went to Geraldton this weekend, because me and Carl went up to, he taught a seminar, and we hung out with some other guys that we made friends with years ago. Yep. Anyway, but he asked me, we were driving in the car, and he was like, you're an only child, aren't you, Joe? And I was like, no. I'm the last of 6. And he was like, oh, whoa, fuck, okay.
Explains a lot.
I'm like, yeah. I'm just like, everyone thinks I'm an only child. Is it because I seem spoiled?
Yes, you spoiled
seem like
brat.
A spoiled brat? To be fair, all my siblings are like, Joe's, you fucking got the best out of all of us. Like, we never got what you did. I'm like, that's because I'm the youngest and the coolest. Soz, not soz.
I think parents are usually sick of children by the end of the last one anyway, so they're like, you just do whatever, I don't care.
My parents love me. They love me more than all the others. I won't believe anything else. I got to live with them the longest. Well, I got to is a, relative phrase.
You got to.
I got to. More like I was embarrassed to, but, I actually moved out. I think I moved out and back in with my parents. How many times has it been now? Like 3 or 4 times? Does that count me as a failure? I don't know. Let's just say I'm an adventurer.
I couldn't live with my parents.
Oh, it's been tough. It's been tough.
I actually even living with people who don't train, because I've had you, Mako, Stefan. I've had all these jiu-jitsu people and Kate. I've had so many people train, and I've had one or two that don't.
Yeah.
I can't relate to them.
I know. It's so foreign.
And I just don't get it. And you kind of... I like when you come home from training, you can talk about something, or if something funny happened, that you know that when the funny thing happens on the mat and you make eye contact, but you laugh about it, but you can't say anything.
Yeah.
And you're sitting there trying to hold your shit together. You get to come home and be like, is that what you were thinking? And it's like, yeah.
You know our favourite person to make awkward?
I have lots of people that I like to make. Yes.
I had an awkward moment again. It was so funny. We were like drilling together and he like pulled me up. You know when you're on the bottom and then the other person pulls you up because you do a takedown? He like pulled me up and like I came really fast and like I like exponentially like came at hell fast and slowed right close to his face and we were like this close and he was like, whoa, Joe, come on, man. It was like... I just hit myself laughing because it was like full on eye contact and it was like nose to nose close and we were just like, whoa. He was like, oh, Joe. And I was like, I didn't do it on purpose. Like, you're the one that yoinked me up. Fuck.
There's so many awkward stories.
Yeah.
You can make things so awkward as well.
I did it on purpose. On Saturday last week, I think it was last week, I was getting changed and he was leaving and I had no pants on and I just had my underwear on and my t-shirt and he was leaving and he just sort of like, he gave Caitlin a hug and then he was like, see you, Joe, and like fist bumped me. I was like, where's my hug? And so I like ran after him with my like no pants on, trying to hug him. And he's like, Joe, go away, get off. And I was like, but I want a hug. I was like, I'm so mean.
Oh, you're terrible.
It was hilarious though. Come on, I mean. I've like given up having any shame when it comes to whether or not wear pants at the end of training. I'm like, get these tights off me. It's sweaty and gross.
Oh, Saturday was so bad. Luckily it wasn't bad smelling, but I could wring my rashy and my spats out. It was so disgusting.
Here comes summer.
Once we'd finished, I took my rashy off and just stood in the sun because I was still just drenched.
Yeah.
Oh, and just had to dry off. I
was so glad it wasn't that hot in Geraldton because I was like, when I got to Perth on Friday, it was like 30, I think it was 33 degrees or something. And I got there at 5 in the afternoon.
And it was still that hot.
And it was still 30. I was like, fucking hell. And I was like, man, it's going to be so hot in Geraldton because it's another 5 hours north. And I was just like, geez, I'm going to die tonight, like, trying to sleep. And it was pretty hot sleeping that night. I was so annoyed. I was like, anytime, I was just like, I had to have, like, my space. I was just like, I was so sweaty. And anyway, but training the next day was, like, not as bad as I thought it was going to be. I don't know if they had aircon in there, maybe. I didn't pick up on it, but we were in geese and stuff, and I felt like I didn't die of heat stroke, so...
I hate that feeling.
Thank God.
Actually, I have just so many funny stories from this weekend, actually. They're just coming back.
It's all coming back.
I refused to put my gi on because it was that hot. But then I rolled with one of the dudes who had a gi on.
Yeah. And
we were doing tech. And then I made someone else to do the drilling with him. Because I was just like, I don't want to touch you. So
super sweaty.
Yeah, so bad. And then in the end I had to, and they were just like purposely putting their wet gi like over my face, and then I was like
oh, gross.
It is so gross. Actually, me thinking about this right now, we're terrible people. Like, it's actually disgusting.
I just don't even notice as much anymore, really. Like,
I'm
so sweaty, really,
like, next level that I notice.
Yeah, but I feel like I'm one of those people.
No,
like, I feel like I'm
nothing.
really...
No.
Okay. I get pretty sweaty, though. I get droopy.
You do, but this was soaked.
Yeah.
It felt like it just came out of the washing machine. So it was disgusting. And
how bad is it when you're trying to roll and there's like sweat all on the mat and you're like trying to stand up and you slip and you're like, fuck's sake, you're trying to do a pass but you can't finesse it because you can't get the right base. You just do the splits.
I did that. I told them to move and it was just them snail trailing there. Their sweat along the mat. It's so bad.
Oh man, summer's gonna be so intense.
It is.
I mean, after this weekend, at least, because this is the last gay comp of the year, then we can all no gay on Saturdays, and then we'll have our Aussie day with Matt, which will be sweet.
I think we have a crew coming down.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have a couple of people come down.
I think there's like a few little like pockets of people like that are gonna bring
3 or 4 something.
Yeah, a handful
like
of
car,
people.
right? A car full of people.
Yeah, I think my house is gonna be super busy.
Sweet.
It's gonna be hectic, actually.
So looking forward to that. I'm thinking I might ask the whole week off work from like the Australian girls in Gee camp to like Australia because it's all within a week.
Yeah,
and I'm just I just want to have a nice week holiday where I can just train a fuckload and chill and enjoy the summer a bit.
Well, the last 2 camps and other times that I've gone and trained, I've come back and I haven't had a week off. The next day I'm screwed at work.
Yeah.
There's no point me actually being there. So I'm so tired and I don't know why I do it to myself. And this one I was just, I'm having the time off to just enjoy being back home and not to stress out. Yeah,
well, that's good. That's a good idea. I need to get my request for time off in now.
I still haven't done flights yet.
Yeah, shit, me either.
But that's the worst thing about travelling is trying to put it all together.
Yeah, because we have to make sure that we get like the same flights and stuff.
I would like to just pay for a holiday and have them sort out everything for me, and I just pay like monthly until it's gone, and that would make my life so much easier. Yeah. But I don't know if they do jiu-jitsu holidays like that I can just figure it all out.
Are we going to need to fly on the Thursday?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. It may be like in the evening, and then we get there Friday morning, because it still doesn't start until late in the afternoon.
On Friday?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So
but I mean, if we get there, like, maybe if we do the red eye on the Thursday night.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
We can drive up on Thursday, like, afternoon.
Yep.
So, yeah, we'll figure it out. Should be right. I just have to figure out what to pack.
Yeah,
I never know. And I don't know how much training gear I'm going to need. How much I'm going to be able to wash.
2 geese is good.
2 geese?
They do say to pack more, but I found 2 geese was fine. You just have to air it out and make sure. Because, I don't know, I found that I didn't get too sweaty.
Yeah, but I'm so sweaty.
Too hectic. It's up to you whether you want to pack more. I think you can wash. There's like washing facilities and that there.
I'm sure there would be. I'll use one on the one day and then I'll make sure I wash it. Is there like many no gi days or is it all gi?
No, there's
gi and no gi.
There's gi and no gi. And pretty much you can do the drilling. So whatever the class is, you do a technique. Yeah. And then if you want to do no-gi rolls afterwards, you just say to the person that that's what you want to do. Okay, cool. Or you just, whatever you trained in, that's what you do. Yeah. So it's pretty chilled and everyone's pretty happy to do whatever. Yeah. So, yeah. It's awkward. Your first time that you go to these things, like the A-gig structure has just got better and better. And I'm not sure how many years now it's been running, but a while. So every year it's got bigger and better, and things have been okay. Let's not do that. Yeah, it's a fine art now. You know that this has been tried and tested and it works. Yeah, even the structures of the classes so much better. That's so cool. The first one I went to, I felt like there was too much information given to me. Yeah, and by the last day, couldn't retain nothing.
Yeah.
So
I'm looking forward to getting technique from women.
Yeah.
Because you know it's going to be like female specific tech that they use, and you know that it's going to it's more likely to work for you.
Yeah.
Whereas, you know, like sometimes when you get a tech from like a guy or like you know, you're just like, I appreciate that this is a legitimate technique, but it's just not something I can implement, at least not now. So yeah, I'm looking forward to just getting some tech that I'm going to be able to like really like just latch onto and just be like, yes.
You'll find that it will be the small things that will blow your mind.
Yeah.
Because
that's what I'm looking forward to most.
That's
going to be so great.
I think I said it before. That was the thing that I took away. Every time I've gone away and trained, there has been this tiny piece of information that would seem irrelevant that I wouldn't have picked up before that I've gone, holy shit.
Yeah.
That is amazing. And you've run with it, and they told you something so small and minute, but it just makes all the difference to your timing, to how you go about everything. That's what I enjoy about going and learning off other people.
Yeah, that's cool.
And having such a big size difference, it's so cool because you've got different levels and different sizes and different ages, because I'd imagine age comes into it as well, to how you combat different things, to which level you sit at.
Yeah. Something I'm interested in finding out over the long term thing of like doing BJJ is how aging will change my BJJ, or like if I will be able to even sort of what's the word, like have that comparison. Like obviously it's like kind of when you go through a growth spurt, you don't notice yourself growing.
Yeah, true.
But like suddenly you haven't seen someone for ages and they're like, oh, you've grown heaps. It's kind of like, I mean, that's the same as your rolling in general, but like with aging in jiu-jitsu, I don't know if it's like progressive or if there's like a point where you're like, fuck, I'm old. Like, there's like one day when you're rolling and you're like, man, I used to be able to do this when I was young. Now I can't.
We'll have to ask Clevie how that feels.
Yeah, when we do the podcast.
Yeah.
I wonder how long he's been training for.
So we have so many cool people lined up. Well, just so you know, we've decided to do, because getting 3 schedules together is really difficult.
Yeah.
We have struggled, and especially this time of year, we've really struggled to have a constant flow of getting 3 people's schedules in a line. It actually seems to be mainly us that we seem to be all over the shop.
Yeah.
So we're kind of doing week on, week off coaches.
Yeah, so it'll be just us for 1 week, and then us with a coach, and it will interchange that week by week.
Because we still felt like we wanted to update you guys on what's happening.
Yeah.
Because it would kind of feel weird in the middle of
chatting
talking to someone new.
It's like, oh, by the way, this happened to me the other
day.
Like, it's a bit, because we want to give the podcast more to that person and like let them share and talk about them rather than us talking about ourselves.
We want to sit and listen.
Yeah, we actually want to sort of talk to the person and hear what they have to say. So rather than inputting what we've got to say,
we talk enough shit as it is.
Yeah. So that I reckon it's a good system. It will work. So hopefully everyone agrees with that and they still enjoy hearing us talk. Just us two. If you don't, tune out. Fuck off. Don't.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
Rack off, hairy legs.
I was going to say something, but I forgot now.
Oh,
God damn it.
I hate when that happens. I bet it was really funny too.
I don't know. I think it was just... Sorry. I was just going to say, you'll be happy to know I will be in Albany every week in December except the 15th and 16th. That's it. I'll be here for the whole rest of December.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh.
Does that make you happy?
It does make me happy.
Yeah. And I've also decided to put my studies on pause for a little bit after this trimester, because the next 3 months I think are going to be a bit hectic for me, just in terms of work-wise. I've picked up a lot of work, and I just want to like get a really good training regimen going between doing like weights and training and just some other stuff that I want to like compact and add into my schedule because I really want to focus on my body and
Getting back into habits is so hard.
I know, and it's just like to be fair, I'm not really studying that much, but the idea of it hanging over my head is what's bothering me.
Yeah.
Because I know that I should be doing it, but I'm not, and that's what's pissing me off, and it's making me feel really like under the pump, even though I'm not doing anything. So I'm doing that, and then I'm driving to Perth like every other weekend as well, and that's really exhausting. So
yeah.
So the next 3 months for me just feels like it will be really busy between everything that's sort of going on. So I've just decided to I'm going to put my studies on pause, focus on getting a really good routine and training regimen going, get my body back in a nice, like...
It's amazing how you can
yeah.
get out of whack. I find not training actually is worse for my body.
Yeah.
Resting is actually not good for me.
When I say rest, I'm not stopping training. It's active recovery, but it's going to be such a more structured way that it's going to be good for my body rather than like I would never even dream of stopping altogether. It's more just going like I need to actually like plan days that I'm going to be training jiu-jitsu, days that I need to do like stretching. Or I need to actually do stretching every day because just my body just needs it, and certain just sort of recovery stuff, and all the other things. So yeah,
I think I'm going away in December.
You bitch.
Yeah, I can't. I think just at the start. I think.
All right, I'll let it pass. Whatever.
We need to try and do a bulk weekend that's only you and me. And that's all we focus on is getting some episodes.
Yeah. We're like chasing our tails every weekend. We're like, shit.
We were so good at this.
I know. At the beginning, we were so organised. And now it's just like, fuck.
Life gets in the way.
Yeah.
How rude.
I know.
I bet everyone comes across that, though. They feel like they're on top of the world and got their shit sorted.
Yep.
And then life comes in and slaps them.
Yep. You get those peaks and troughs and stuff, but I mean, December for everyone is always hectic, and I've got like 2 weddings that I have to go to, and like one of them's my brother's, and we've got a gig camp in January as well, and we're gonna have the Australia Day. I think I might even have to work on Christmas Day.
Really?
Yeah. I said it was okay because I get double pay, so I was like,
bring in the money.
Because, Christmas isn't going to be that big of a deal for us this weekend, this year. So, I figured, makes sense. But, yeah.
I hate that we're talking about Christmas. It actually really irks me. I hate organising Christmas. I had a family member message about, I don't know, start of October.
Wow.
Like, what are we doing for Christmas? It's like, I don't know.
You're like, that's 3 months from now. It's like, calm the farm. Alright? I've got way more of the shit between now and then anyway. But since it's coming into December and I've got lots going on, I thought I'd bring it up just in case. But, yes.
Well, it's almost, we're halfway through November now. So it's okay to talk about Christmas.
Yeah.
Christmas carols, though, they should not be on until December.
I hate when I go into a store and they've got Christmas carols on.
Christmas decorations. Yeah. Makes me mad.
Makes me want to vomit.
Yep.
Oh, I'm such a Grinch.
Well, and this makes me sound like a Grinch too. I don't like being forced to buy people presents. If I want to buy you a present because I see something that I know you will 100% love at any time of the year, I will do that.
Yeah.
I want to spend time with you. I don't want to feel obligated to buy you something like $100. Like, to me, I hate...
We just do $5 to $10 gifts for Christmas now.
Forced gift giving annoys me.
Oh, social conventions. Darn you. No.
I think I've told my family, get me a bottle of red wine. That's it. You don't have to anything more. If I want something, I go and buy it. And I think our world is very much like that now, where like,
most people are pretty cool at when they're adults can get their own thing.
Exactly.
They buy what they want
or
and need.
prefer to spend time with you. To me, having that time set aside is way more important.
Yeah.
And I think that, well, obviously, because that's what I love to do. Like, I love to hang out with people and see what's up with them. That, to me, is awesome. I'd prefer to do that all the time. Yeah. But I'm weird like that.
It's a shame that some BJJ gyms close, like, so much over Christmas. Like, that whole week.
Yeah.
And there's, like, that whole week over Christmas, it's, like, no BJJ. And you're like, what the fuck? How can you call yourself a true fan? Or whatever you call it, I don't know. Like, everyone wants to train on Boxing Day. They're like, alright, Christmas is over, that was yesterday. Boxing Day. It's not like we're watching the cricket.
Yeah. Or going to the races.
Yeah. I don't like the races. I've only been 1 year, but I wouldn't go again anyway. I don't really agree with it anyway. But that's not a political talk I want to get into. Let's not go there.
I like just getting dressed up. That's my...
Yeah.
I like putting on a pretty dress.
Yeah,
and
but...
doing my hair.
Well, I've got 2 weddings to go to, so I'll be able to do that for them anyway. I'm actually going to wear...
Are you?
Wear dresses. Yeah, there'll be photo evidence, maybe.
Get a picture of that shit.
Oh, actually, I hope not. I'm sure there will be plenty of photos of my brother's wedding, actually. So many. Me in a dress.
And then you're going to be like, this shit's good, and then you're going to get on the shirt.
Maybe I should just wear my gi.
You look like a tool.
LL.
Get on
actually, it'll be too hot to wear a gi, fuck that.
Yeah, the shirt dress bandwagon. You will love it. I really don't understand why you don't. Yeah, a dress. That's what we've decided to call it.
I can't wear a dress to a wedding, that's too casual.
But you're wearing a dress, so then it can, like...
You can dress it up.
Go into that.
I have got a couple of dresses now that my sister hand-me-down to me from a couple of weeks... Like, she gave them to me a couple of weeks ago, and I went through them, and I was like... I found maybe 5 that I was like, oh, I'll give these a go. So, we'll see. I might
get on that bandwagon.
I might bang them out sometime over summer. We'll see. I brought a romper the other day.
You don't like wearing pants. It's... you just
true.
gave that story, and
That's
so...
fair enough.
Wearing a dress is just...
Every time you say dress, I just laugh.
It's socially acceptable.
Alright, we'll see. We'll see what summer brings, alright? Maybe I'll just do the John Danaher and walk around in a rashie all the time. Every occasion. Every single thing, just wear a rashie.
Nah, but do you want that lycra tightness all the time?
No, because I get bloated too often. I look pregnant.
Good April Fools.
I was talking about this the other day
Really?
with someone when we were in Geraldton, because we ate a really big... I think it was breakfast. Anyway, I had a food baby and my tummy was really bloated, as it always gets anyway. And I was like, you know what? I was like, maybe I'm just going to walk around with my gut hanging as much as I want, not even try and hold it in, just let the food baby happen. And I was just like, but I'll walk with my hand placed on my belly.
Oh, nice. So
that I look like I'm pregnant. And I was like, I think I could pull off. And then I was like, on April Fool's, I was like, we're going to post on Facebook that I'm pregnant and push out my belly as much as I can because I can do it really well. And I was like, please, can we do this? Actually, no. Now I've ruined it because I've said it.
Everyone will forget.
Yeah.
By April, it's fine.
And besides, half those people won't even listen to the podcast.
Exactly.
So, and it'll just be more like for my family and my friends that don't do BJJ. I'm just going to be like, oh, yeah, I'm pregnant. Like, expecting soon.
It's gonna then a picture of the poo.
Like afterwards, the before and after Instagram shot. Yeah. It's just like the swipe across. They're expecting it to be something else. I'm like, before? I'm like, in like December 2018, and then they swipe and after it's like this giant log.
So awkward. You could pull that off totally. I don't know many people who could pull off that, but you definitely could.
I will give it a go.
That's so funny. You have to do that now. That's way funny.
I'll put it on my plan for April Fools.
Oh, good. Man, we fitted a lot in today.
Oh, yeah. I feel like I was just like, I got out of breath for a bit there. It's like talking so fast. Well, hopefully we will be able to get Chris on
Sooner rather
soon.
than later.
Yeah, trying to match up these schedules. We'll see if we can make it work. And at least that one will be in person, so the quality will be really good.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. It actually has spun me out how to get the editing side with the corresponding, like...
Podcasting through correspondence. Yeah,
that's what I was trying to say.
Yeah, yeah, brain not working.
Yeah, it stopped. It has really shocked me, and it has taken a long time. And because I do get annoyed when I can't do things right.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. So, well, apologies to anyone that was listening to the previous podcast.
And it was painful?
And it was painful. You know, but we still had to put it out there because that was the second time we tried to do it. And this one was better than the first recording. But, you know, at the same time, it's like we couldn't do it again. And also, we just needed to get it out. And, you know, hopefully it was still, you know, people still got something out of it and could listen all the way through and didn't rage quit after a minute or two.
I definitely got a lot out of it talking to her.
Yeah, I loved the conversation. I thought it was awesome. I really enjoyed the conversation part of it rather than, like, aside from the fact that we were podcasting, but just us just chatting with her was really awesome. I got a lot out of it too. And
I'm so excited to see what else everyone brings to the table. It's just going to be wicked.
Yeah, and so hopefully we'll be able to do a fair few of them in person because some of them are in Perth and we're looking at options of going to Perth and doing with them maybe.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
We'll just see, keep it posted, and then be just like, surprise, motherfucker, we're talking to this person. Yeah. That's what you're getting.
Yeah. It's still Season of the Coaches, even though it might not be every week. It's still, like, you know, the main feature.
It is. We'll get there, and it is what it is. We still have full-time jobs and full-time life, so it's hard to just fit everything in.
Yeah. And same with that third person too, you know. Especially that they've got a coach's schedule too, so often it's like evenings when we're free because of our jobs. We're like, oh, we're free in the evenings, but then they're coaching in the evenings, so it's hard times.
It is.
Yes, but hopefully we'll be able to get some done on the weekends coming up because I'll actually be here.
Yeah. Stay here and love me, damn it! Anyway, on that note,
that'll do it for today.
Catch ya.
See ya.